G'day guys, welcome back to these videos. Alright, what do we got now? Okay, I've been meaning to shoot this video for a while, but before I start the old conversation, I need to get a yum cha into me. Alright, so here we go. I'm pouring a yum cha, put in the camera view so you can sort of see that I'm pouring it in there. There it is there. Alright, pouring the yum cha. Okay, pouring a yum cha. Alright, cheers guys. Okay, what the topic of this video is, back to that lamp driver board. I've been meaning, the guys asked me to shoot another video about this lamp driver board, and can't believe I left a bit of dregs in there. Okay, on the lamp driver board. So, back to what I was saying with this lamp driver board. You need to connect the earth wire to this black wire. You need to connect it. I'm going to zoom in because it's pretty hard here. I'm standing in between two pennies at the moment. It's like I'm standing between two fat butt cheeks at the moment. See how the black wire is connected to one of the ground wires of the general switch lights. These ones are not switch lights, they're general illuminations. The switch light ones are these ones with the wire connecting to them, the ones that strobe for the flasher. So what happens is, if you have a look, let me zoom the camera back down to here. You see how these are, I'm going to put it to lamp test so you can see it, alright? See how the lamp test is, see how the lights are sort of strobing, and they're nice and thicker. These are LEDs. Once you remove that black wire, you see how they're going like the heebie-jeebies? Is because the SCRs are switching so quickly that the LEDs can't handle it. By putting the black wire onto the general the illumination ground, you solve that problem basically of this. So that's what the idea of that black wire is. But the boys have come up with another board. Remember I showed you my previous videos, I was talking about lamp driver boards. They came up with this, alright? So you could put, this is your old board, and you could put these new mod boards on there, alright? So they're idiot proof, they've got the keys cut out so you can't screw it up and that. So it's the same thing, black cable gets connected there. So you don't have to spend the money on buying another another lamp driver board. You can just use your existing ones. I don't know what they're selling them for, but they asked me to do this. I will do another video showing them step by step how to connect it to your board, but I'm just doing a crash video on this at the moment on my power play. Now, back to this penny. This is a power play. You have a look at it. You know, I'm still working on it. I'm going to zoom back up in here. All right, let's go back to this, back to here. All right. What happens is, oh, mate, I'm stuck between two games. Okay, what happens is, okay, see my lamp driver board, okay? If you can sort of, hang on, get over here. See my lamp driver board here. Hey man, what's this got to do with what you're talking about? Okay, my lamp driver board, the high voltage section here, if you have a look, I've removed it because I'm running LEDs displays in this. So why would I have the high voltage in there? So I ripped that out. And by the way, this is one of the early boards of Bally. It does not have a fuse in there, okay? So here's one over here. Okay, don't look at this one. This is an Astro one. This is done by a company called Astro out of Germany, all right? So it's a rip. They've ripped off the Bally system, and see how they got the fuse. So if yours has got a little fuse in there, that's the next model over from this guy here, basically. I'll get back to him later. What happens with these? This board here, everyone goes, yeah man, you've got to change the cap and do this. The biggest problem with this is the ground. Okay, on PinWiki, okay, which is in case these guys forgot, I've got the diploma from PinWiki, in case you forgot. All right, so there you go, PinWiki. All right. What happens with that is, you got to do these grounding problems, okay? Because if you don't do the grounding problems on there, you will have issues of resetting and that. But half your problem is it's actually your pins on your board have deteriorated over time because the little pins on the pins, they don't go there. Like I said to you last time, you get tarnish. See here, I'll keep telling you a bit of tarnish, okay? And the little pin won't make good contact. That's half your problem is that. So if you do the crimping on that and use a good quality crimper, not some bad shit that doesn't crimp properly, you've just better leave off your pinny as it is. So that's half of your problems of resetting, basically. So if you do your grounding in it, yeah, man, but the thing's saying you've got to change the caps, you've got to do this and that. Dude, half your problem is, all right, is the insulator of your regulator. That's an LM323K, okay? If you put a new micro on there, ground plane it properly, it won't fuck up, basically. The cap, they're good metal caps, okay? These are good. What are you going to put? Some aftermarket Chinese crap that you bought? They're 25,000 or 15,000 at 35 volts what they are, you know, basically. Again, use a quality one. Same with this little guy here, okay? That little guy there, you've got to use a good quality one. But the problem is, it's the shit that you guys buy. If it's shit, you should just leave the old one, okay? It's the same with the high voltage one with you got the old displays and that. Sometimes the old cap is still in good nick. You know, if you use a good quality meter, you'll test it if it's SCR is really shit. But most of the time, it's the micros deteriorated on these. See how this is as it is. It's just deteriorating over time, basically. You know, as I said, check that out from underneath this board. Okay, you can sort of see what happened back in the day. There must have been a short in a flipper coil, because this is your flipper coils to activate them off and on when the game's not working. So again, half a problem is it's grounding problems, okay? So if you're eliminating your grounding problems on your boards, you eliminate most of your problems of your pinball machine resetting. So it doesn't matter what you do, okay? There's another one. There's another regulator. There's an electronic regulator which has been out there. It's a little surface mount IC in there, okay? I'm about to do that into my creature from the Black Lagoon because I'm going to run a display in there for the mod down the bottom there where the creature comes out from underneath, and that. So I'm going to upgrade it to that. I haven't used them. I've got some good reports from people using them, and it eliminates all their problems of the ripple, because you get voltage spikes in the ripple basically of the 5 volts. So when your 5 volts drops a little bit, it'll do your resetting, because your capacitor and the regulator all matched in together on the circuitry basically. Oh, hang on, we've got a circuitry here. Hang on, what's that? Williams. That's a Williams. The circuitry of your regulator causes half your problems. So if you eliminate all your states, your pinning won't reset basically. I pissed off my board. I didn't have a board, so I got an Ltech Ultimate. As I said, best thing ever made for your pinnies. Eliminates half your problems with battery acids and all that shit. So that's gone. That's what I've done with this. And back down over here on the far right corner, you have a look. All right, there it is there. That's the original. Sorry, that's enough. That's the original setup in this power play. Because power play, if you have a look, if I turn it back off and on, hang on. I've turned it off and on. Let's get rid of that. All right, you hear it. That's right. This is a chimes game, okay? This is the same as Knight Rider, because it was Knight Rider was after the electromechanicals and all that. So your pin, if you've got a late model one, you've got a soundboard over here. This one doesn't have the soundboard. Same setup. They haven't reinvented the wheels and that. But a lot of the problems with displays, okay, with the old gas displays, they get blowouts, okay? So there's blowouts on these shit. So it's the gas displays today is forget it, unless you find old stock and you be paying for a good coin for it, basically. So I just pulled this out. You can see it hasn't been touched and all that. So as I said, I've done it with this. I just put new LED displays in there just to soup it up. But again, what else is it on about the boards? You know, by doing these aftermarket boards, I've said to the guys from Geeks, I said, dudes, why don't you make a a solenoid driver board without the high voltage, because no one's using the hot gas displays anymore. So they've thought about it, you know what I mean? So again, they're going to sort of work it out how many is reliable and all this stuff. And I said, look, mate, just piss off the LM323K, put the new regulator on there, eliminates half of your problem of resetting and that, and then use guys, because this is the most common Bally board out there that fits into a lot of the Stern stuff as well. So you got two games, Sterns and Ballys are the same, same layout. So they're thinking about it without having the high voltage for you guys who got LEDs, basically. But, my next segment, hang on, let me get some paperwork out. Okay, the following one might affect some people and that, all right? I've come across, you wouldn't believe it, when I was looking for stuff, okay? I can't believe it. I've come across an old Stern board. It came out of Ali, Muhammad Ali. He's no longer with us anymore. This is a lamp driver board out of the Stern one that I found. And the reason I brought this up, the machine got stripped and for parts, you know what I mean? So he's gone to heaven, this pinball machine. Okay, you can sort of see somebody wrote Ali on there, with a pen back in the day. But if you have a look at this lamp driver board, you got the track works on top, and you've also got track work down the bottom. So this is a 2-layer track work board, basically, compared to, I'm trying to reach over, here's another one of my boards. You've got to sort of see they're similar, in design. Let me put it over here. You've got to sort of see they're similar in both the designs of these two boards. So, again, they didn't reinvent the wheels. You can sort of see that Sterns use thicker tracks over here compared to here, that I'm just noticing them, comparing them to. You Google back, pause it, have a sticky notes between the two. I'll try to see camera view and all that. Pardon me, again, what they've done, basically, So, again, they use different SCRs here. You can sort of see that. They use the same compared to this other board, which is over here. You remember this one here? How different this one is? It doesn't have the other CMOS chips in there, or the buffers, basically, in this board. So I just found this, like I said, trying to find another topic to talk about. But as I said, they're interactive, these boards are interactive with the, move it back over here, but interactive. So you can use any board to put those boards into your machine, if you're using LEDs, basically, So it stops the fluctuation on the play field. Like I said, I'll go back down to the play field here, have a look, see how it's strobing down there. Yeah, man, you're trying to sell the pinball machine, are you? No, I just use it as a sample for you guys. I said I've actually put a new silicon rubber bounce ball on there. I'm fixing it up. I've put new caps. You can sort of see it. It's in immaculate condition. This was about to go to heaven back in the days we were throwing these. This was a game from Les. We were throwing them out, and the plastics are still original. I'm telling you, the plastic's still original. The only thing I put is new caps, new skirts and all that. New drop targets. I put new drop targets, but the plastics are all original, As I said, man, this was about to go to the tip, but I saved it, So, as I said, I'm slowly getting it ready. I've been working on this for a while now, so I'm sort of getting all the bits and pieces back. But the point I'm saying is, at least there's guys out there who are reproducing bits to keep your machine going. This actually had nothing, dude. This actually had nothing in this, because we used this to use other machines back in the day, So, what else I was going to talk about? We displayed that. So, yeah, so again, you could always drop me out an email at otherpinball@gmail to see if you've got any other topics you want me to bring up for you guys and all that. But as I said, it's always a good thing that other people are making certain stuff for you guys out there, But, the old passion is, pinball machines and video games is a passion. I know I've got another one for you guys. So, what can I say? I'll have to do all this stuff. I need to do all this in case I get people upset with me because as I said, I come up with topics and now I've got fat chicks, bat chicks now I'm going to put on there too because I'm standing between two fat bat chicks. But on that note, as I said, it's always hard to come up with something, but as I said, keep the love, keep the shits going, get them from the depths. So enjoy that. Thanks for watching this video. If you don't like it, you could always give me the fucking finger. As I said, cheers for watching this video, guys.